What's up, everybody? Fight Island location has been announced. The date and the card has also been announced, and it is stacked. Stacked. Fight Island is in Abu Dhabi, as slipped last week during the post-fight press conferences after the event on Saturday. Dana still wouldn't confirm, but it is now official. It is in Abu Dhabi. And the first fight will be on July 11th, which would have usually been International Fight Week. So that's why they're doing it big. It's usually the biggest, or at least the second biggest UFC cards of the year. They have big ones in July and they have big ones in December. So there are three title fights that are taking place on Fight Island. They're doing this to get the international fighters to be able to get to fight because they can't get into the United States just as of yet. So the fights that are announced, the main event for the UFC welterweight championship, everyone thought it was going to be Jorge Masvidal, and that's the fight everyone wanted to see. They wanted to see Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, but after his last performance, Gilbert Burns has jumped the line and is getting a title shot against Kamaru Usman for the welterweight championship. Is he ready for it? I guess we'll find out July 11th. Kamaru Usman must be a huge favorite going into that fight, though. Also, for the featherweight championship, we have Alexander Volkanovski taking on former champ Max Holloway. Max lost the belt to Volkanovski. I can't remember when that fight was, but it wasn't too long ago. Great fight, great fight. So really looking forward to that one. And for the UFC Bantamweight Championship, since Henry Cejudo has retired, and the rumors are he's coming back though, but the rumors he has retired. He vacated the championship. It's going to be Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo for the Bantamweight Championship. That fight should be a barn burner. I cannot wait for that fight. Two amazing. Aldo may not be the same fighter he was 10 years ago, but he is still a killer. So much talent in that fight. We also have Paige Van Zandt versus Amanda Ribas, Frankie Edgar and Pedro Munoz, Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. And that's not even the entire card. There's other fights as well, but how stacked is that card? I'm going to assume those fights that I just listed are the main card, but it doesn't say. But who knows? They might even add more fights to this card. What's today? We are just under a month out. We are a month and a day away from International Fight Week, July 11th, Abu Dhabi, Burns versus Kamaru Usman. I'm sad. I'm honestly sad it's not Jorge Masvidal. I was very excited to see Masvidal fight again since he hasn't fought since he beat Diaz. Last year, I was hoping that this was going to be the fight, but who knows? Maybe we'll get Jorge Masvidal again soon, or maybe he won't. He's in contract negotiations, contract dispute, much like John Jones is right now with the UFC. So who knows when we'll see him back, but I am super pumped for UFC 251. That card is stacked. It has to be. There was a UFC recently that was super stacked as well. 49, 48. I can't remember what the number was. We're at 251. But yeah, super stacked card. Cannot wait for Fight Island. Are you guys excited? Do you think Burns deserves that title shot after his last performance? It's hard to deny it, but he's jumping the lines. But what do you think?